Lazy Man Prepper, and this is an outdoor arena review of the LT Wright Bushcrafter HC. So I've been playing with this knife off and on for about 3 weeks. I've done a little woodworking with it, some whittling, and just to get a feel for it in my hand. I really like the micarta handles on this knife. I'll put all the specs right here so you can check those out. And I was trying to figure out what to do for a video for this, because everybody's seen it, you know, doing the feather sticking, doing the fire starting. I'm going to make a spear. I got this in the mail the other day. This is an SE AH1 arrowhead. This knife comes with a pretty decent leather sheath. It has the dangler. It has a 3/8 inch ferrule rod holder. But as with all bushcraft knives with leather sheaths, there doesn't ever seem to be enough handle out top to grab a hold of it for quick removal. This one is much better than most. Most of them are, you know, the leather comes up to here and you got to really use your thumbs and fingers to get it, where this one has enough where I can pull it out with one hand and drop it right back in. Change of plans. I found a really nice maple branch and we're going to make an arrow instead of a spear. I really like the micarta handles on this. They are very smooth. But they have a really good grip when they get just a little bit of moisture from your hands on them. So we have our stick trim down. This is right off the tree, so it's very flexible. I'm going to find, looks like I got about 1.5 feet of straight right there. Goes right through it like butter. So, I'm just going around it to cut it off. I could baton it, couldn't I? Let's try that. I got my baton stick. That was easier. Went halfway in my log. Might as well do this end too, right? I didn't even hit that hard. But as fast as it batoned it crosswise, I'm going to take it really easy. Again, this is right off the tree maple, so it's really soft. I'm trying to remove that centerpiece. Like that. Now this base will rest on that. So now I got about a 3-foot section of paracord. I'm going to take all those out. There we go. Now we got some cordage. There we go. Make this first loop around just enough to secure it. I got you tight, we'll give it a shot. Perfect. nuts in there pretty good. So what I did, I ran a piece of paracord through the hole, went down the shaft of the arrow, and then wrapped the internal parts of the paracord around the outside and pulled them back through. And that is pretty solid. But, you know, I can't leave it just like that. I gotta whittle off this bark. I really do like this knife. It's got good control. The blade length is just perfect. It has thinner steel than what I'm used to. The knife is very light. And this blade, it's just like using a little jackknife from back when you were a kid. I have no problems pulling this knife towards me because the control, and again, the wood is right off of a tree, so it's pretty easy to do. But the control I feel with this knife is really great. Of course, as I'm using the blade, I'm wondering if I can use the spine to get the same results. Crazy sharp. You know, it's fun to whittle, but if you could save the edge of your knife, you might as well. That spine is really sharp. That made quick work of that, didn't it? When I used the back blade to scrape off the bark, I should have left it back there as feathers. But let's make some feather sticks with this thing. Actually, I'm going to try to go the other way. Grind on this just, man, it just cuts in beautiful. But again, this is, like I say, this is right off the tree. This is green wood. This isn't a review of the SE Arrowhead. This is a review of the LT Wright knife, but I just want to show you what you can do with it. So now let's go over to the stump and throw this thing. Let's see how it does. Nope. Nope. That's enough of that. Let's just give this a shot. Got it. Just such good control with this knife. Gotta get through a knot here. Look at that, went right through it. So I increased the feathers in the back. Maybe that'll help. This knife just goes right through these little knots. I've played with a lot of custom knives in the last couple of months. There's nothing wrong with those knives, but for some reason, I think it's the blade thickness, but I think for some reason, and again, I think it's the blade thickness, this thing just whittles really nice. I could probably whittle on this all day. Let's go back and see how well the big feathers work. Hey, check it out. It's not an arrow. It's a custom knife. This might not be the function of this knife, but the way it went through that maple, I just got to do this. Just like that. Wow. This has just a flat grind on it, and it works really good for that. Obviously we knew it would go through that, didn't we? You can hear that this is very dry wood. Let's see how it does. It's like throwing sparks. I'm really putting no effort into this. I have no fear of sliding up onto the blade with this finger grip here. I don't know why. It doesn't slip out of there. It's very smooth. And I've had my fingers way up on this. It doesn't feel sharp, but you can see it going through the wood. Just push cuts, and the control, I mentioned all through this video, the control of this knife is crazy. I watched a video by a very popular YouTuber, and he mentioned a bunch of different things for people to check on, you know, whether they're going to buy a product just because a reviewer on YouTube said to, or, you know, showed it to them. And you know, one of the things he mentioned, he had 10 things, and one of them was what kind of wood are they using? I could get that maple over there that I just made that arrow out of, and I told you it was right off the tree. I have no idea what kind of wood this is. It's what I use for fires, and this is probably the best feather stick I've ever done using this knife. Well, best feather stick ever, but I've used this knife to do it. This is crazy. I'm gonna go all the way through this thing. The sound it's making is very relaxing going through this wood. Isn't that pretty? I had no intentions of using a ferro rod with this because I know it'll do it. You saw how it took the bark off. It's got a really sharp spine. But I got my ferro rod, I got the knife, and that's a pretty, very pretty. I'm so happy with that. Piece of dry wood that's been feather sticked. So give me a second. I'm gonna grab my ferro rod, see what it'll do. trying to control it. I thought it'd work. Now I gotta keep going. We'll probably put this on high speed here, see what happens. Look at that. Fire. So that is my review of the LT Wright Bushcrafter HC. I like it. Love the handles, love the shape of the handle. Just because of a thin blade, I think is the reason it has such good control. So that is my outdoor arena review of the LT Wright Bushcrafter HC. I like it. They haven't sent me a knife I haven't liked, I know that, but this one, if I had to pick between all of them I've done, I like this one. So if you liked the video, click the like button, post a comment below, let me know what you think. And if you have not subscribed yet, head back to my channel, check out a couple of my videos, and if you like them, hit the subscribe button. And as always, thank you for watching. This is Lazy Man Prepper, out. Boom. How easy was that? Are all about getting back or surviving different situations. There's Cody's, and there's mine. Lazy Man Prepper, out.